All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. To throw is Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Wilson on first down. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again here, Wilson, flush to his right, and this is Ertz with it, right side, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. That's complete right around the 8. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with 4th down and 1. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson, and he will have a touchdown. It's a 3-yard touchdown run, and the NFC is in for 6.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive as we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
And movement up front looks like a false start for the AFC. They get the all-pro guard there, Quentin Nelson. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 9 brings it 3rd and 3.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Brett Kern of the Titans on to punt for the AFC. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. What a spin. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown. Tariq Cohen, 85 yards. And the NFC strikes quickly for 6.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And Cook has it left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get him for a loss of about 3. And he's going to go down again. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here's Brett Kern now. Remember his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Cohen. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson forced out to his left. Ertz has it left side. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
14.
Here's Wilson being chased out left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson now to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. On is Aldrick Roses for the NFC field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 2nd-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. Khalil Mack of the Bears, the one to make the tackle.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw, it's Mahomes, and that is incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the AFC. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the NFC will take over deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
50. Go team. Two times. 3 Black 44. Switch. Hey. Run left.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Now it's Wilson, dancing to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson escaping the pressure right. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll come out in the pistol. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw again is Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the AFC is going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are. Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson wants to throw it. Rolling to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
That's good for an NFC first down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
That's another NFC first down. First and 10.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Out to his left. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. A 24-yard touchdown. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score NFC 26, AFC nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
I got little A's.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. One final try for Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.